Hello students, welcome to E-Pathshala. I am Dr. R. Shanti from Kumaraguru College of Technology, Coimbatore. I am here today to give you some basics on fashion accessories. The global apparel industry has grown manifold over the past few years with fashion conscious consumers who would like to live up to the day-to-day changes. The market is swarming with many types and varieties of accessories which complement and complete the ensemble. Fashion is no longer attributed to items of clothing alone, but engulfs the right match of ties, socks, shoes for men, and handbags, jewelry, stoles, sunglasses for women. The fashion accessory sector is a high potential sector in the developed countries, while this sector is unorganized in the developing countries, thereby it has a huge scope for development. The fashion conscious consumer today is also aware of his concern to the environment and society, and this has led to many accessories like Reebok biodegradable sneakers with corn-based soles, smart gym bag that cleans and freshens itself inside, skin-friendly cosmetic kits with sunscreens and eyeshadows from microbial derived ingredients. Let's take a look at the learning objectives. The objectives of this module are as follows, like gain knowledge on the fashion accessories and its types, understand the production processes involved in the manufacture of fashion accessories, and to learn about the care and maintenance of accessories. What is meant by fashion accessories? Fashion accessories are products or goods that help to give a finished look to the apparel worn by a person. Accessories are trendsetters as they change the entire look of the outfit. Historic accessories worn during ancient times include the Roman fibula, which were clasps to hold the tunics, silver amuletic jewelry to ward off evil spirits, Egyptian pectorals as brooches or necklaces, while the latest accessories include the Henry vintage Wayfarer sunglasses worn by James Bond in the movie Spectre, and DuPont cufflinks worn by Daniel Craig in Casino Royale, and Perry Cardin ski goggles worn by Roger Moore in For Your Eyes Only. Now, the term fashion accessories came into use during the 19th century. Fashion accessories change with the passage of time in terms of shapes, silhouettes, and colors. It is an item which contributes to the wearer's outfit in the secondary manner. The importance of accessories are very many, like accessories and clothing have equal significance to express one's style. Accessories has defined style, and they can be chosen to complement the wearer's looks, helps to hide weakness if there is any problem in the outfit, and completes the attire. It provides opportunities for creativity, like for example, the staple piece of clothing can be made very interesting with new and fresh accessories. Now, accessories also define occasions. They direct the eye to the area of focus or emphasis. Let's take a look on the types of fashion accessories. Generally, they are categorized as those which are carried by the wearer and those which are worn by the wearer. Now, carried accessories include handbags, purses, wallets, parasols, umbrellas, canes and walking sticks, etc. Worn accessories include boots, shoes, cravats, ties, bonnets, belts, gloves, eyewear, capes, cloaks, and cummerbunds, etc. Though accessories are found in plenty, some of the most popular fashion accessories are discussed here. Let's take a look at the footwear. According to the World Footwear and Components and Leather Good Manufacturers Association, the footwear industry by the year 2030 will cater to consumers who will be greatly influenced by sustainability, fashion, leather, and rising cost of labor. China and other Asian countries will emerge as new markets, and the footwear industry will have to prepare for these consumers. The total number of consumers under the middle class will reach 4.8 million by 2030 and a 3 million increase from 2009. Reports state that Ferragamo, a leading brand respected today for handcrafted leather goods, has 37.8% of its total revenue this year from the Asia Pacific market, while Prada, the Italian luxury fashion house specializing in leather goods, has opened 27 new stores, which is almost 35% of the new stores opened in the Asia Pacific region. Coming to the components of a basic shoe, the shoes comprise of three parts: the upper, the soles and the heels. Now the upper consists of the part which covers the toes, which is also known as the vamp or toe box, and the shoe upper, which covers the front part of the shoe with laces and tongue, and the back portion which has a heel counter. The sole consists mainly of a layer named as the insole that lies directly below the foot, followed by the midsole and the outsole. Now you can find out that it has to withstand the pressures of friction. Insoles may be removable and replaceable for comfort, health and to control shape, moisture and odor. Midsole may or may not be present in the shoes, but this region can be used for creating functional aspects like adding layers for shock absorption, as in the case of running shoes. The outsole may be sophisticated and it can be modified, like embedding spikes for athletic shoes, and it can be softer or harder as for dance forms. Heels or bottoms. These are the last parts which are added to the shoes and come in various styles and heights. Production process. Now shoe designers or line builders create their designs based on forecasts, trends, that overlook the associate industries like clothing or sportswear, theatrical productions, historical period, creative genius coupled with the importance of fit, comfort and utility. Ornamentation and embellishments are also an emphatic inclusion in today's footwear designs. Let's take a look at the stages of shoe manufacture. The first phase is referred to as the development of the designer last, and here you get the concept from internet, magazines, market, and here they develop the photos and create manual drawings and narratives, and modeling is done in the form of a soft or hard models. The next one is the creation of the production last. Production last is mechanically built on polyethylene blocks which are placed on duplicating layers that copy the designer's original last. They also put it into the CAD system, which produces a flat presentation of the last, which is used for making patterns. Now separate production last is required for each style and size that is produced. Shoes have many parts and care must be taken to see that these parts fit accurately to get a problem-free final product. Components which are generally taken in is the linings, the insoles, the upper soles, the midsoles, heels and other functional and decorative products. Though many methods are used for pattern making, the most popular one is the adhesive strip method, whereby they wrap the last with a lot of adhesive tapes, and then after wrapping the design lines are drawn and the parts are cut along the design lines, moved from the last, and then they are transferred to a flat surface on paper, traced to form patterns. Now this is done for each and every size and it is then sent for die cutting. The die manufacturing process includes sharp steel strips where they are bent around various patterns to form individual die cutters. These die cutters cut through the various layers of materials which are necessary to make a shoe. The next process is cutting. All the dies required for the different components of the shoe are assembled over the material and a press is used to cut through the layers. Handcrafted shoes are individually cut, while automated cutting systems are used for bulk production. The next stage is fitting or stitching. The cut individual parts are assembled in the fitting room, which may comprise of almost 60 to 70 operations like sewing, stitch marking, doubling, eyeletting and punching holes. After this comes the lasting, where the upper is positioned over the last to shape the shoe. The heel area is closed first, then it is followed by the top section, and finally the sides. Some of the good seaming techniques include Goodyear welt, maquet, little way, cementing, etc. The next stage includes assembling of the remaining components. This includes the setting of the counters, stiffening materials, socks, linings, outsoles, shanks and steel pieces for support of the heels are all assembled as per the operational plan. The last stage is bottoming and finishing. Here the lasted upper receives shanks and fillers and is ready for attachment of the outsole and upper. The heels are nailed through the insole, completing the shoe. In finishing, we have many final touches like buffing, where you rub with emery paper, wax polishing, treeing, checking for shape confirmation, spraying, bonding and other ornamentation techniques, followed by final inspection, boxing and warehousing. Some of the footwear styles which have lived and faded through the passage of time are to be mentioned here. You have aerobics, lightweight footwear with non-skid bottoms designed to absorb the impact of the feet during walking, running or moving. Then you have bal, classic close-tied shoes available with tip designs with wing tip, straight tip, saddle or plain front. Blucher, carefree open tie style with laces open at the bottom of the eyelets. Boot, it's a shoe which is extended above the ankle till the thigh, designed initially for heavy duty. Clog, a heavy shoe with platforms made of wood or cork. Espadrille, this is a close back shoe and square throated with fabric upper and solid bottom. Loafer is a slip-on with a sturdy heel and sole. Mary Jane is a rounded front girl shoe with strap across the instep. Sandal is traditional footwear featuring a sole with the straps. Sneaker, canvas or leather sports shoe available in various heights and has lace across the instep. Slingback is a footwear with a back strap. Let's see how the fit of the footwear is taken into account. The comfort and durability of any footwear depends upon the correct size and care. To ensure proper foot fit, the measurement of the feet should be done in standing position with the length of the heel to the ball of the front. There should be at least quarter to half an inch gap between the longest toe and the front of the shoe. Walking with a new pair of shoes is advisable to judge the comfort and slipping tendency, if any. Care of footwear, ensuring drying of leather footwear after use prevents perspiration smell. Leather footwear storage near the heat source is not advisable. Brushing and polishing with a fine soft cloth is recommended, and regular checks of the heels and soles required to ascertain that they are in proper shape is required. Let's move on to gloves. Historically, gloves were worn for protection by peasants, shepherds, soldiers in the old Egypt, and during the 11th century, the bishops wore gloves knitted in gold thread while the priests of lower order wore white gloves. The 12th century saw an era of decorative gloves splashed with perfume and decorated with gold, silver and pearls. It was a symbol of elegance, differentiation, dignity and honor and power in the Middle Ages. All ceremonies were followed by the transmission of gloves. The knitting machine helped in providing knitted parts during the 17th century, and the French were leaders in glove making during the 18th and 19th century. Wearing gloves became an important affair, and it was found that in the 18th century, a glove thrown between the feet meant ready for a duel. Leather was sought from Spain, designing and cutting by France, and sewing decoration in England. In the 19th century, the rules for an ideal gentleman was to change his gloves 6 times a day. Components of a basic glove. Components of gloves may be in one part, in some cases as in knitted gloves, or for leather and woven gloves, it consists of 4 parts. You have the trunk, the forechains, quirks and the thumb. Production process involved in glove making is given in the table. The gloves may be made of leather, fabrics, plastics or any suitable material. Non-wovens are being used for disposable gloves for aesthetic, healthcare and medical applications. In the case of gloves made from fabrics, there is no table cutting as the material is uniform, unlike leather. In knitted gloves, assembling is not necessary as it is made in one piece and only the fingertips of the gloves are sewn together. The size and length of gloves. Glove size guides are made available by the manufacturer and customer and can be measured by the hands, and you can select the appropriate size as per the size charts given. The actual measurements is matched with the size and the glove is selected. The length of the glove is measured in button and the difference between the button measurements is 1 inch. The range starts from the shortest 2-button glove and reaches the wrist to an 18-buttoned opera glove, which is the upper arm. The glove styles are many and you get various size, shapes available in the market. The criteria for selection depends on the styles available and the appropriateness of the style to the wearer. Some of the styles which are given below are gauntlet, mousquetaire, wrist length gloves, mittens, mitt, driving gloves, short tee, and the next thing which is most important is the care of gloves. Tugging gloves during removal and wear can distort the shape of the gloves, so care must be taken which insertion and removal of gloves is necessary. Airing of the gloves after each wear is essential for leather and vinyl gloves. Addition of synthetic fibers in glove making makes it machine washable and easy to maintain. Example, child's gloves. Leather gloves may be dry cleaned professionally or by the consumer. For washable leathers, the glove is worn by hand and it is washed with a mild soap and water, rinsed and patted mildly and the water removed. This will ensure shape retention. For heavier leathers, the same procedure is done when not worn in hand. Gentle massaging of leather is done after the glove is dry to make it flexible. High quality and safety are requirements for fashion accessories and all products should comply with the relevant standards. Footwear must comply with the standards like ASTM, ISO, GB, EN standards, AAFA, restricted substance list, while standards for gloves include personal protective equipment PPE requirements, that is minimal risk, complex design and intermediate, and European standards like EN 374, 420 and so on. Manufacturing accessories in compliance to standards on both national and international scale minimizes risks and interests protected. Let us summarize all about fashion accessories because they play an important part in enriching and enhancing the appearance of the individual. Accessories related to fashion belong to the luxury category. The design, style, raw material selection, production process and care have a great impact on the appearance and functionality of the product. Brand names, niche markets and advertising plays a key role in the marketing of these products. The accessory market is very huge and many giant players across the globe are involved in the manufacture of these goods to cater to the fashion conscious customers. Thank you.